right, let's check your work for part 3. For problem number 1, you were asked to convert these 4 statements that appear on the left-hand side of your screen. I've marked the subject terms in red and the predicate terms in blue. And when you convert each one of these, you should simply switch the positions of the subject and predicate terms. So now what appears in blue over here is serving as the subject term, and the predicate is in red. So for each one of these, subject and predicate terms are switched. That means that the A statement and the O statement in 1A and 1D are not logically equivalent to the original statements, but B and C are statements that are logically equivalent to the originals. For problem number 2, you're asked to apply aversion to all of 4 of these statements. Now remember, we can avert any statement, any standard form categorical statement, and the statement we create will be logically equivalent to the original. So all of these are logically equivalent, and what you want to pay attention to here is that you did the 2 steps of aversion correctly. If you did, then the quantifier for 2A and 2B should have changed in 2A's case to no and 2B to all, and the copula in 2C should be R naught, and the copula in 2D should be R. Okay, so that's changing the quality but not the quantity of our statements. And the second thing that you should see in your answers is that the predicate term of each one is the term complement of the original, okay? So you want to make sure that your predicate terms are term complements of one another. And your answers may look a little bit different than mine. For example, here it says to be the given statement is no cult leaders or people who fail to brainwash their followers. And I wrote down all cult leaders are people who brainwash their followers. And you might have people who succeed at brainwashing their followers or something along those lines. That's fine. You just want to make sure they're term complements. Finally, for part 3, you're asked to contrapose each one of these. That's going to involve 2 things. One of which you can see reflected, again, in the colors of the subject and predicate terms of the original. Subject is in red, predicate is in blue. And in your answer, the subject and predicate terms should be switched. Okay, so here on mine you see that I have now the subject term is in blue and the predicate term is in red because I've switched the subject and predicate terms. The second thing you should see is that each of the subject and predicate terms is replaced with their term complement. So for example, here we have all physicians with licenses that have been revoked, and over here I have physicians with valid licenses. And maybe you have physicians who have licenses that were not revoked or something along those lines. That's fine. You just want to make sure that for all of the answers in number 3, your subject and predicate terms have switched positions and each is replaced with their complement.